ISO 42001's Annex A provides the reference control catalog that organizations use to manage AI risk. Unlike a compliance checklist, these controls are selected based on risk assessment. Each organization determines which controls apply to their specific AI systems and context, documenting their choices in a statement of applicability. In this video, we explore the 9 Annex A control domains and how they work in practice. Let us get started. Let us begin by mapping the 9 control domains that make up ISO 42001 Annex A. Annex A organizes AI governance controls across 9 distinct domains. The first 2 Annex A domains establish the governance foundation. A.2 covers the policies that define the organization's commitments and requirements for responsible AI, including the overarching AI policy and domain-specific policy statements. A.3 addresses internal organization, the roles, responsibilities, and governance structures that make AI policy operational, including the designation of accountable owners for AI systems and the establishment of cross-functional AI governance bodies. Domains A.4 and A.5 address the preconditions for responsible AI deployment. A.4 covers the resources required to operate AI systems responsibly, including computational infrastructure, tools, expertise, and financial resources, and the governance mechanisms for ensuring those resources are adequate and maintained. A.5 is arguably the most consequential domain, establishing requirements for AI system impact assessment, the structured process by which organizations evaluate the potential harms, risks, and benefits of AI systems before and during deployment. Domains A.6 and A.7 govern the operational core of AI system management. A.6 establishes lifecycle controls that apply from AI system design and development through to deployment, monitoring, and decommissioning, ensuring governance is embedded at every stage of the AI system lifecycle rather than applied as an afterthought. A.7 addresses data governance for AI systems, covering requirements for data quality, data provenance documentation, data minimization, and the governance of training and evaluation datasets. Domains A.8 and A.9 address the relationship between AI systems and the people they affect. A.8 establishes information disclosure requirements, what organizations must communicate to interested parties such as regulators, customers, and partners, as well as to affected subjects whose lives are influenced by AI outputs. A.9 goes further, addressing the rights and mechanisms available to affected subjects when interacting with AI systems, including the right to seek human review of AI-influenced decisions. Domain A.10 recognizes that certain AI applications present risks that require controls beyond the general framework. This domain provides additional governance requirements for AI systems used in specific high-risk contexts, such as systems that interact directly with vulnerable populations, systems that make fully autonomous decisions in safety-critical environments, or systems that generate synthetic content that could be used for deception. A.10 controls are selected based on the specific risk profile of the AI system and the context of its deployment. 4 key terms define how Annex A controls are selected and implemented. The reference controls in Annex A represent the accumulated governance thinking of the international AI standards community, synthesized into a structured catalog that organizations can draw upon to build their AIMS control environment. The critical distinction from a prescriptive compliance checklist is that reference controls are a menu, not a mandate. Organizations must select controls appropriate to their risk profile, justify their selections, and implement selected controls in a manner proportionate to their specific context. This flexibility is what makes ISO 42001 applicable across diverse organizations and AI use cases. Each of the 9 control domains in Annex A addresses a distinct governance dimension of AI system management. The domain structure helps organizations ensure comprehensive coverage of AI governance without treating all controls as equally applicable to all situations. By working systematically through each domain during the risk assessment process, governance teams can identify which aspects of AI risk are most material to their organization and prioritize control implementation accordingly, creating a risk-proportionate governance framework. The Statement of Applicability is one of ISO 42001 and one's most important mandatory documents. It serves as the master record of the organization's control selection decisions, recording for each Annex A control whether it has been included or excluded, the justification for that decision, and the implementation status of included controls. For certification auditors, the Statement of Applicability is a critical reference document that defines the scope of the control assessment and demonstrates that the organization has made deliberate, reasoned governance decisions rather than applying controls arbitrarily. Control objectives provide the why behind each Annex A domain, helping organizations understand the governance purpose they are trying to achieve and make informed decisions about control selection and implementation. When an organization can articulate the control objective it is pursuing, it is better positioned to select controls that are genuinely effective for its context, design implementation approaches that achieve the intended governance outcome, and demonstrate to auditors that its control environment is coherent and purpose-driven rather than merely compliant on paper. Now let us walk through how Annex A controls are selected and applied in practice. For governance activities, make Annex A controls operational in a real AIMS. Control selection in ISO 42001 is a risk-driven process, not a universal mandate. Organizations begin by conducting the AI system risk assessment required under Clause 6.1, identifying the specific risks associated with their AI systems, their likelihood, and their potential impact. The results of this assessment then drive control selection from Annex A. Organizations select the controls that address their identified risks and exclude controls that are not relevant to their context. This risk-proportionate approach means that a small organization deploying a single low-risk AI system will have a fundamentally different control set than a large organization managing a portfolio of high-risk AI applications. Completing the Statement of Applicability is both a governance discipline and a certification requirement. The process of working through each Annex A control and making a documented inclusion or exclusion decision forces governance teams to engage seriously with the full scope of AI governance requirements, consider risks they may not have initially identified, and articulate the rationale for their decisions in a form that can withstand external scrutiny. A well-constructed statement of applicability demonstrates governance maturity and provides auditors with the roadmap they need to conduct a focused and efficient certification assessment. Proportionality in control implementation means scaling the rigor, formality, and resource investment of each control to the risk level it addresses and the scale of the AI systems it governs. A small organization using an AI-enabled customer service chatbot does not need the same depth of impact assessment documentation as a global financial institution deploying AI in credit underwriting. ISO 42001 explicitly supports this proportionality, allowing organizations to implement controls in a manner that is genuinely effective for their context without imposing unnecessary bureaucratic burden. During certification, each Annex A control that has been included in the Statement of Applicability becomes an audit focus area. Auditors will request objective evidence that the control has been implemented and is operating effectively: policy documents, assessment records, training logs, monitoring reports, and corrective action records. Organizations that treat control implementation as a genuine governance activity, maintaining consistent and current evidence, will find certification audits manageable. Those that implement controls as a paper exercise will struggle to produce the authentic operational evidence that experienced auditors require. Let us bring together the essential points about ISO 42001 Annex A controls. To master ISO 42001 and build a certification-ready AI management system, enroll in the full course. Link in the description. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. See you in the next video.